Hey again, this is Travis with Advanced Humanity, and today I want to talk to you about how to use Google Forms to create a free survey that you can use for anything you want. Our friend Todd suggested this to us and asked us, how can I use Google to create a survey? So I wanted to show you some examples, walk you through a video that Google has created, and then also offer some quick tips on how to do some awesome things with Google Forms. So here's one example of a very short form, which we're using here on Advanced Humanity to collect ideas from you about how you can share ideas with us. What kinds of things can we do to help you change yourself and change the world? It's a very short form, but it's using Google Docs. Here's a longer form that we created using Peace Corps volunteers to provide answers for us about how we can help them better here in Mongolia. As you can see, there's a lot of questions here, and it provided us with dozens and dozens of different people providing us with great feedback that helped us do a great job last year. Here's also another form that we used to create information, in this case a book, out of contributions that people provided us with. Lots of answers and stories from 20 years of history here in Mongolia. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways to use forms. Here's a video that Google's created, which is fun and really sums things up well about how you can use Google Forms.
Let's take a quick look at how an online spreadsheet from Google Docs can solve your common business problems faster than traditional software, and with a lot less headache. For example, say you've just been put in charge of organizing a multi-day management training event for your company. You need to gather information from dozens of employees, like who's confirmed to come, what training workshops they can attend, guest panel suggestions, and so on. So how would you normally approach this problem? If you're still using traditional spreadsheet software, you could send out an email to 50 or 100 folks, wait for responses and questions to pile up in your inbox, and then patiently transcribe those email responses to a spreadsheet. Or you could use an online spreadsheet from Google and make people enter their own information in a single online copy of the document. There's no email overload, no network drive headaches, and no busy work for you. There's actually a powerful feature inside spreadsheets called Forms, which lets you gather information from coworkers without making them even open a spreadsheet file at all. They just fill out a form in their email or browser, and their answers are automatically added to a spreadsheet that you control. Just open any spreadsheet in Google Docs and click the Forms tab. When you create a form, you'll enter introductory text and can list the questions that you need everybody to answer. Choose from text, multiple choice, checkboxes, lists, and more. Hit send, and your colleagues will receive an email with all your questions. You can watch in real time as data provided by your coworkers effortlessly flows into your master spreadsheet. Spreadsheets even includes tools which automatically create a running summary and charts of all your responses. You can embed forms on a web page or customize your confirmation message. And of course, you'll find all the familiar functions you'd expect in a spreadsheet, like intuitive charting, powerful formulas, and a whole lot more. To get started with Google Docs at your workplace, talk to your IT department or visit docs.google.com.
So as you can see, there's a lot of great ways that you can use Google Forms. There's two ways to go about it, but the first thing you need to do is sign in to docs.google.com. And here you can create either a spreadsheet or a form. Now this depends. As I mentioned in the video, if you create a spreadsheet, this can allow multiple people to help you edit information, and from within the spreadsheet you can also create a form. That's one way to go about it. The other way is, I guess, the opposite, which you can create a form first and then create a spreadsheet separately. So let's say you want to create the form first. Here you can just do an example. Let's say the example's awesomeness. And you can create a description, and you can add all these sample questions. You can change the type of question. You can use multiple choice or a longer answer or paragraph text. All these different choices and all these different options allow you to customize the form to be exactly what you want it to be. After you've done that, it automatically creates a spreadsheet for you with all these responses all collected into one place. The summary that they mentioned in the video is where you can get all the different answers to the form that people submit, and it will summarize everything for you in graphical form. So once you've created the form, you can create a theme or select the theme for the form to make it look a certain way. As you've noticed before, this was the letterhead theme that we used for the anniversary book. And let's say you want to use that. You can apply it, and now that's your theme. You can also select, again, responses to see the summary or the spreadsheet itself. But I want to share this with you too. Embedding is actually what we've done on my survey at the very beginning. You just use this information here, and you put it into the HTML of your web page, and it will look up like this. It'll look like this, show up like this. And this kind of form actually is the themed on the basic white background form, and that's why it looks white, and it goes well with a white site. So once you've created your form and you've created the theme that you want, you can choose a garden theme. In our case, we use the letterhead theme. Then you can also change the confirmation, which means when the person submits the form, it says, "Thank you for submitting your form. Your response has been recorded." If it's a public form, you can publish all the responses so anyone can see them. You can also email the form, which is what they showed in the Google video. You can email this to anyone, and they can fill out the form within the email, which is awesome. They don't have to visit a website or anything. But let's say that you do want them to see a website. You can click here, and this is actually the form itself and the website, which is a pretty long. But there's one way around that I'll show you here in a second. So again, come back to the original form. Oh, we're going to have to go back to it here. Dun, dun, dun. This is the original form. And now let's look at the spreadsheet. And this is actually where all the answers will be provided. The timestamp is when the form was filled out. The questions, 1, 2, it lists all the questions here. And I want to mention one more thing to you, which is notifications. You can click on Tools, and what you want to do is click on Notification Rules. And for me, I like to be notified by email whenever someone submits the form, and I prefer to have that once a day. So if someone submits the form to you, let's say it's a customer service survey, then anyone who fills out the form, it will email you automatically at your email address. In my case, this is what I'm using right now. And then if you save it, then that notification rule is saved, and that way it emails you right when something comes in. And then you can also share the form with other people. So right now it's private, but you can make it public so that the rest of your company can see it. Maybe your customer service representative, for instance, can also see the form, see what's been submitted, and that's really helpful for all of you to be able to communicate together. So one more time, we also still have this form, right, with a very long URL. Let's say you want to make that shorter. There's a website you can go to here, and it's actually called Google URL Shortener, and it's goo.gl. And if you type in that address, let's just take it from right here. So this is the address itself, very long, difficult to show to people. Type it in, and it'll shorten it so that now it's a very manageable, short, and good-looking URL. And you can copy it, and you can save it, share it with others, and it still takes you to the exact same place. So let's copy that address in, and it should take us to that form. I hope. Yeah, there you go. So now that you can see how to create a form, how to share it, how to email it, how to make the URL a little bit more manageable. I hope that's something that you really enjoy and that helps you get information from others and work collaboratively as a team. If there's ever anything we can do at Advanced Humanity to help you, you can visit us here at advancedhumanity.com/about, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, this is our survey. You can click here on Share Your Thoughts and fill out this survey for us anytime. And we'd love to hear from you, hear what kinds of ideas you have, and what kinds of things we can do to help you. All right, thanks a lot. If you ever have any questions, please let us know.